Okay, apologies for that. It's take two. The microphone was having some first game of the season, home game gremlins, we'll call them.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go live, isn't it?
Yeah, so apologies for that. We'll try again. Obviously, unfortunately, Stuart Bevan won't be joining us this time because he's gone home. But let's start with where we started last time. A 0-0 draw, complete opposite of last season when the last home game of the season ended in a 0-0 draw. But this one was entertaining and the fans didn't really need the seats because all they needed was the edge of them.
Yes, and I think if I try and remember what I spoke about last time, was this is a match during the season that you would say potentially you may not win or you may lose. I think last season we would have probably lost this, but this is a good result today. 0-0 against the side. It's a good side, and the football was entertaining from start to finish. And for me, we were the better side. And it's a good result overall. As I said in the previous one, which you couldn't hear, none of the fans left the stadium. They were entertained. They were gripped by the football, and I think they set a good level of football today. Yeah,
well, 5,777 fans, a great turnout for Sam's first home game and this team's first home game. I think Dean Keats sort of came in halfway through a poor season and consolidated and got us there and had that sort of momentum going into pre-season. Sam's Ricketts has come in and some of the signings are taking a little bit long, and you can understand the frustration of fans sometimes, but I think it's great to see. I think that Dover result really helped and the positivity of the fans, and if they can build a bond and get together and push forward, I think this team has got something. The defence last year was our strong point. The defence is still there intact, but the midfield was creative today and dominant, which I haven't seen in the Wrexham team for a couple of seasons now.
Yeah, absolutely. You're dead right mentioning Dean was building the foundations of a good team, and I think that explains the fact that defence hasn't really changed this season, because they were good last year. One of the best records for least conceding goals, which is really good. And with the addition of some new midfielders and attackers, that's added some more excitement, if you will, to the team. And I think the only thing we're missing is just some final finishing on the. We had a couple of shots on goal, but we didn't trouble their keeper, so he didn't have to make too many saves. And it's just polishing it off really. The shots on target will come, and hopefully the goals will follow. Yeah,
I mean, I suppose at least the difference this year is we are creating more, so law of averages, hopefully we'll score more. But it's a work in progress. That midfield is at least creating chances, and that strike force. You've got Maguire Drew, who just learning into his role in the team, showed three or four really great glimpses of what he could do. At the end of the first half, that running shot, the cross for the disallowed goal, and just another couple of passes into the box that just really split the defence open. Mike Fondop, we know about, has got power and pace, is raw, but again a handful for defenders. You've got Bevan and Holroyd. Bevan came on obviously, and his experience and working around just annoying. I mean, in the previous one, that obviously we didn't have the audio. He said he's known around the Football League as a rat and that annoying player that just puts defenders under pressure, makes them make mistakes, and you could see that straight away from when he came on. Yeah, and obviously then Hines and Rakeel Pike, who've got that raw pace, and we'll see more of them as the season goes in the squad game. So a great result. Just missing a goal, but the performance, the work rate will excite that Wrexham crowd.
Absolutely. I think they'll be excited about what they're seeing, and hopefully they'll come back. There's nearly 6,000 fans here today. A big thank you to everybody for turning out, and hopefully they'll come back on Saturday, because it was thoroughly entertaining football. Let's hope we can continue it throughout the season and get what we deserve.
Yeah, well, hopefully that's the case, and it's soon back on to Saturday, and another 3 points up for grabs. But great start of the season with 4 points. Never beaten Dover. Admittedly, we've never scored against Fylde, unfortunately, but certainly more likely to today than we have been in the previous 3 meetings. So we'll just have a look to see if there are any questions on YouTube. You feel free to comment on there, and we will try and answer anything if there is anything about. So cracking game, just needed a goal. I think we sort of covered that, but there's Luke Young's chance in the second half. Fondop had one over the bar. Pearson had a head over the bar. just needed a goal.
Yes, that would have topped it off. And I think, for me, we're the better team. But I think even if Fylde had scored, they'd have probably gone away and saying we were the better team, because it was a good game, entertaining football, both sides. I say, just on the edge of half time, we've just missed just to the top left hand side of the goal. Great shot, and then again in the second half we forced another very good save from my position where I was standing. I thought, oh, that's going in. A goal would have just topped it off. A cherry on the cake would have been the a 1-0 win, wouldn't it?
Well, it's hard down, I think. 4 times we played Fylde and never scored. Our new bogey team, possibly, I suppose, potentially. But Fylde, if they're our new bogey team, we've earned a draw there today, which was close. They were in the playoffs last year. We weren't. So is that progress potentially?
I mean, the progress is we stood up to today. Potentially, if you looked at the team last season, we would have been defensive, and they would have been attacking us. Where I think the balance has gone on. The pendulum went the other way today. They were defending against us, and at times we were knocking on the door consistently and putting them under a lot of pressure. I don't think that would have happened last season. So let's see what the return fixture with that one brings.
Yeah, it's an interesting place. We lost obviously both times up there. But another question, who had the best performance today? So we know who the sponsors one was, but I won't spoil it in case that's your choice. Who was your man of the match today?
Mine was the same. When I stood on the stand watching, I could see number 15, Jordan Maguire-Drew, another new player here at Wrexham, had a very, very good game today. He was the sponsor's choice for man of the match. And for me, watching him off the ball, his movement was brilliant. He was constantly trying to find space, make passes, and get himself into opportunities. And I think the first half, the chance he had in the first half, showed. I think he ran for the majority of the half, passed a couple of players and had and took the shot on. I think last season, if you'd looked, teams would have had the confidence to take that shot on. And it's good that we've got a player who is that confident to do that.
Yeah.
But for me, he was the star player of the day.
Yeah, I think he had a quiet first half of the first half, and then obviously got the crowd to its feet with that run. And second half, nice to see him interacting with the fans as well. He was encouraging the fans to increase the volume. Thumbs up to someone who shouted a positive comment to him. So it's nice that building the bond with the fans and trying to encourage that participation between player and fan. Really, a fan-owned club. It's right that there should be some connection there, perhaps more than there are in some other instances.
And I don't think it'll be the last time we mention that name.
No, I don't think it will. And on that's a positive note. I think we'll end the live stream. And apologies for take 1, but take 2 hopefully has come through to at least with some sound. And we'll see you all on Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.